Alle sammen. Hello everyone, Erica here. Welcome back to Average Architecture Academy. This is a build guide series aimed for people who are new to or struggling to get to grips with building in Valheim. I'll give you a series of really basic, frankly pretty boring blueprints that you can easily customize and expand upon as you like. And in the process, we'll try and provide you with a really good foundation from which to sort of expand upon your building repertoire from there. So in the first episode, we built this little shack. And it's nice, but it's a little cramped. So I'm going to move next door. We're going to come over here where I've demolished another house to get a nice flat piece of land. If you haven't seen my previous build guide for tips on how to pick a spot and level it out so that you can build without issue, you can do that now. But basically I just took down an existing house and made a hoe at the workbench and leveled the ground very easily like this. Today's build project is this. Yeah. It's not very pretty. It's not going to win any architectural design awards, but it's very functional and it's very easy to change up to suit where you are at the game. And you can fit a couple of people in here comfortably or have it take you from the meadows all the way into the Black Forest. So for that basic structure, we're going to need 300 wood. Almost exactly. You'll also need at least 5 stone. So gather that up. You can pause the video while you do so, and I'll be here when you come back. Got all of that? Alright, let's get building. I'm going to grab 100 wood to start with. And we need to decide how we're going to orient this build. So it is 10 meters by 8 meters. And I think I want some flow through. Yeah, I'm going to put a door on each side so that I've got a path all the way through the house from the center of the village here to the ocean. I'm going to put that on the long side. First of all, you need to be able to build, so I'm going to smack down a workbench right in the middle of my pad here. I'm going to put some walls around it to enclose it so we can build and also repair our hammer as we go. Let's just put a roof over top. Double check that we can use it. Very nice. And let's get to building. So we're going to use the wood beams, the 2 meter long ones, and I want to put 5 along, see, probably from about here. We're going to frame out the entire build today before we start adding in the walls. So last time we built directly starting with the walls because we had much fewer resources to start with. Today we're going to frame it all out. So let's do 5 of the beams on this side. We'll close it up into a nice rectangle. Perfect. Now we're going to need a fireplace, and I think I want to put it on this side here. So I'm going to put it on the short side. I'm going to come 1 beam in, and it's just going to be 2 meters here by 4 across, just like that. So this is our basic floor plan here. Not huge, but it is still fairly big. We look at the scale of our character. In comparison, we've got plenty of room. You can see why it's taking 3 times as much wood as that little shack. It is pretty much exactly 3 times the size. Next, we're going to raise up the height. So in every single corner, wherever there's a 90-degree angle like this, we're going to raise it up 2 meters and then add another 2 meter beam on top of that. So 4 meters high in every corner. Just like this. Same here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so my camera doesn't flicker around so much. Just like that. And these two over here. You could raise it up another meter and you would still be fine for stability, as long as you made sure that these holes on the edges were blue instead of green. So you could break out the hoe, find a little bit of a higher spot. So when you can see that there's a little line coming up just like this, raise the ground and you'll see that's blue now. That means you can take it up a little bit higher. But if you don't want to bother doing that, or you think this is going to be plenty of height, 4 meters without it being foundational or a blue colored piece is absolutely fine. Now we're going to frame it out at the top. Oh, I'm out of wood already. That's 100 wood gone. Just like that. But that's okay. Frame out the top. Here we go, and on the long sides you will probably notice you go from one side all the way towards the other. See, we're red there now. If I put another beam on, it's going to break. So you can either go really fast and connect it, or go from the other end and meet in the middle. And it will hold. As long as all of your base frame is blue, touching the ground or a foundational piece. Just like that. And we'll frame out the chimney the exact same way. Can't see with the sun in my eyes. Very realistic game. We are going to leave the back of the chimney open at the moment, and I'll show you why almost immediately. So what we need to do here is put down a ladder so we can start getting on with the roof. I'm going to do 2 actually, just so I can get up nice and high. And in this place here, where the chimney meets the main structure, we want to grab the wood wall 45-degree pieces. They provide a nice slope, and I want to have them pointing up, meet in the middle of this section. This is going to block the smoke from coming into our house. Against these 2 pieces, we're going to put thatch roof 45-degree, right, like that, and they will sit down really nicely. Perfect. Now's the tricky part of the roof. Next to this, we want the thatch roof eye corner 45 degrees. So the one that's going up like this, 2 sides. And I want to angle it. Oh, sorry about that. I want to angle it so that it's going to meet this piece that we've just put in here. Now you may have to jump up a little higher. And it helps if you point at the bottom beam. You see it just intersects really nicely there. That's perfect, and it continues this line here. On every corner, we're going to put the O corner, 45-degree pieces. It helps if you can jump up here a little bit, but I'm not going to have much luck with that today, because why would I? Try not to fall to your death. Always helpful. So in every corner, we want to put those. Another eye corner here to complete that little peak. If we have a look down inside, you can see that that is totally sealed off from the chimney. The chimney has its own separate little roof. So from here, standing on the roof of our little workbench area, we can get the other corners in, hopefully. It can be tricky. You don't always want to sit down. You see, he's popping out. You'll get it. You'll get there. Here we go. Last one in that corner. Very nice. Then we'll grab the regular thatch roof 45-degree pieces and fill in all of the sides. Yeah, and if we mouse over them, they should be, they've got some that's orange, that's fine. We've got some that's red, that's fine. It will hold. We're going to add more of the corner pieces. Try not to fall too badly to your death. Oh, I keep sliding down when I was fine before, but that's alright. Such is life. Oh, we're going all the way down. That's okay. We can aim at this piece we've already got in. Or you can put up a ladder. And again, we'll just fill in these 2 middle slots with the 45-degree roof piece. Put the corner in. Actually, at this point we can take the roof off the workbench and use that for a little bit of extra height. Rotate it so it's actually facing the right way. Just snap. Come on, buddy. There we go. And take just a little bit of maneuvering. And there we have a complete roof over everything. We can take down the walls around the workbench, reclaim that wood. Nice. And we've only got 22 pieces of wood left, so let's grab another 50 from our stock. Now I wanted to put doors in the middle here and on the middle of this side, so both long sides. I'm taking out the middle piece. I'm going to put the regular wood walls all the way along the bottom, except for the doorways. Obviously, it's very hard to get through a doorway when you've put a wall there. Finish that off just like that. Very nice. And we can go and collect our last 50 wood. Grab that. Alright, so we've got 98 to go. I'm going to put down a floor. You can do this in whichever direction you like. You could even alternate it and get a nice pattern that way. Remember too, guys, that when you break building pieces in Valheim, you get all of the materials back. You don't lose anything. So if you decide you don't like it this way or the other way, you can just do it again until you like it. All of this floor in. Very nice. I'm going to break the workbench and I'm going to put it here so it can look out over the water. Just phase it into the wall a little bit. You can see that at the back. And we shouldn't be able to see it on the other side. Perfect. We've got 58 wood left. We'll put in, I like the wood gates as doors. They're just a little bit taller. I'll put one on each side. Just like that. I'm going to frame in the chimney. Just like that. I'm going to put in a fireplace. Just the one for now. That's great. So now we've got our resting buff. We've got a comfort of 3. I'll put down a bed on this side. I've got some deer hides on me to make rugs. I'm not standing where I want them to go. How's that for cozy? We've still got 16 wood left. So what I will do... Actually, we've got more than that because I still have to take my ladder down. Here we go. 3 wood. We're going to take the wood wall half and run it all along the inside here, just to provide a little bit of extra protection against the elements. Just like that. Easy peasy. 6 wood left. We're going to grab the wood wall 45-degree pieces once again and put them at the back of the chimney so it has a nice diamond shape. Just like that. And we can do another half wall on each side. There we go. That's exactly 300 wood. We have a very, very basic box of a house. It's not much to look at. It's pretty roomy. We've got room for 2 campfires. It functions as a shelter. It's got plenty of room to grow. It didn't take very long to put together either. That was what? 15 minutes maximum? And it has, as they say, good bones. You can do a lot with this. You could go to something like this, for example. Or this. Or maybe this one. This one is the one I tend to use in my Bronze Age part of the playthrough. So if you've got a little bit more than 300 wood to spare, let's do a couple of little upgrades to make it look a little fancier. The first one I'm going to do is a quality of life upgrade. At every doorway, I'm going to add a stair, just so I can get in and out without stubbing my toe. That's a really easy one. Nice. I'm also going to properly close off this fireplace, both on the sides by using the full wood walls, but also where it comes into the house. Then I'll just cap that off with wood beams, like that. I think I would like to fill out these corners with wood walls. Yeah, that's nice. Just so people aren't peeking in at my bed. We'll take this one out as well. I'm going to put a half wall on top of the doors, and I'm going to use that to put a wood roof cross 26 degree on, because they can be a pain to snap into place. They snap very well against the wood wall halves. Then I can take that wood wall out very easily, and then when I go out the door, I've just got a nice little cross shape. I think that looks nice. Now about this window, let's see. What am I going to do here? Let's put the wood wall 1x1s here. And I'm just going to put wood poles rotated twice, either side. A little 1 meter wood beam down the bottom. That's nice, a little lit window, and I could also just put a wood beam through the middle. Kind of cute. Do that on the other side. So wood wall 1x1. 2 wood poles rotated twice on either side. And a wood beam to cap the bottom and separate it in the middle. I think on these sides I will also add the 1x1 wood walls that have a little bit of a wider window. I think that's nice, and I'm going to use the inverted 26 degree wood wall. Maybe I'm not. I could snap it back into that corner, couldn't I? Snap that back. So instead of aiming at the end or the edge of this wood wall piece, I am aiming a little further down, and it's just snapping into it like that. Yeah, I like that. We'll cap it off with a beam there. And we'll just... yeah, wood poles on either side. I haven't rotated those. That's okay. You could also just do the wood walls without the... sorry, the inverted 26 degree walls without... doesn't want to snap for me now. Without putting the sides in. I think I like to close it in a little bit more. Yeah, and you never know when greyleans are peeking at you. Stranger danger and all that. So again, we'll just snap it to the far side of that wall piece. Add a 2-meter pole on each side. Cap off the bottom. What can we do with this? We've got quite a nice view out this way, actually. We could even put another set of doors here. Have some wraparound living. Could be nice. That could be something where you put a porch out the front. Do that. We'll put some more of the wood gates in because they're my favorite. Put some wood wall halves up the top. I'm going to use the wood wall 45-degree inverted in the corners here. Got some little triangle windows at the side. And cap it off with beams. Yeah, and we'll do wood crosses. They just look cute. Nice. So of our initial extra 100 wood, we have 10 left. That's not bad. You could put down another bed on this side. One thing we are lacking is a little bit of storage. Now you could add a second floor up here and you could put chests on it. Absolutely. I will show you a little mezzanine loft I've made. But I will also just show you very quickly what we can do in this space. We just put down, we want a wood beam, 1 meter. We're going to come, so we'll go 1, 2, 3 meters that way. Then do a wood pole here. Take that one out. We're going to put a regular wood floor here. And then 2 of the 1x1s at the very end. So we've got a 3-meter little spot there. And we can do 1, 3 beams. We need a little bit more wood. Grab 50 for now. We can put down 2 wood ladders here. So you'll see they don't obstruct the doorway. You've got a little platform. You could put down even a nice little deer hide rug underneath it. We could put a bed over top. Raise the headboard into the wall a smidge. Very nice. If we come up with another 1 meter wood pole and then all the way around. Actually, you know what's going to happen here. It's going to be rotated twice. Same up the top. We're going to put 1x1 wood walls in all of these little gaps. Cap it off. And under there we now have room to put down, put 1 chest like that, or you could get probably a couple or 3 underneath. I'm sure you could squeeze a 4th one in there pretty easily. So now we've got a little raised platform for the bed. Storage underneath right next to the fire. A little cuter. Makes a little bit better use of the space. Very nice. Oh, it's a bit flat looking from the outside really, isn't it? We can fix that pretty easily though. Let's grab our last 100 wood. Let's add us a little roof overhang. So we're going to switch from the 45-degree roof pieces to the 26 degrees. It's a little bit flatter, doesn't come down as far. So let's again put the O corners on every corner of the main building. Oh, got some free wood there. I'm hanging out on my roof. Come back here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice. Once again, in this corner, we go for the eye corner pieces. Snap that into place. And you'll see it starts to really follow the contour. This brings it down into a different angle. Now, what I like to do also is add the eye corners, oh no, not that high, to the pieces above the door. On the long sides, they don't quite, the math doesn't quite add up. So if you do a 2-meter space in between them, and then join them with a thatch roof ridge, it works perfectly. And in between the corner and this piece, just a regular thatch roof, 26 degree. That caps that off pretty nicely. On the shorter side, you can just do 2 together in the middle, so the thatch roof eye corners over top. And if you angle in the right way, yes, that works. And they meet together very nicely. And on the long side with the 2-meter gap in between, capped off with a roof ridge. Fill in with a 26 degree piece. How does that look? That's looking a little nicer already, isn't it? Not bad. So out of our last 100, we've still got actually quite a bit. We can trim off. Let's put some roof crosses up. Oh, come here. Go. Around to this side. Eat some food. Now this one's a 45 degree roof piece on the chimney. Snap into place. Here we go. Alright. And then if we add the wood beam 45 degree pieces, you can either snap it so that it goes exactly to that roof piece and doesn't overhang for a perfect diamond. On this chimney, I like to aim at the bottom of the roof cross so that this angled piece sticks out just a little bit. Aim just like that. And then if we just go around the rest of the house with the angled beams and wooden beams, the 2-meter ones, just to cap off the edges. These will be 26 degree beams. Need to move that fence. No. It would help if I had it angled the right way. I think that's usually helpful. Alright. And on the edges, back on my own fence again. Becoming a recurring problem. What else is new around here? Again, you could overhang these by pointing at the bottom of the cross. It's actually kind of cute on this side. Let's do that. Bottom of the cross. That's where I want you to. I think that would. And we'll finish off the edges. We'll go around and do all of these wooden beam pieces. I don't have to keep switching. Back to 26 degrees. Turn them the right way. Snap them into place. And there we have it. Some very nice but simple detailing. And we've still got 7 wood left. So there's our basic little box. Maybe not the most exciting, but plenty of room. It's stable. You can do what you like to it. You can easily add a second floor and a little loft, or keep adding these little raised pieces so you can have storage underneath. You could have doors on 3 sides. You could have doors on 2, doors on 1. You can shift where the fireplace is. In fact, let's go do the little tour now of a few other variations I have for you. If you're just here for the basic blueprint, I hope this has been helpful. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Also check out some of the amazing build channels I have listed in this video's description, and add any more if you feel I'm missing somebody, because I'm always happy to find new Valheim builders to follow, because as we can see, creativity is perhaps not my strong point, but at least I can help you put a roof over your head. I hope that's been helpful. On to the tour. So if we look at this little fellow over here, very similar, 4 meters high. Same as the other one. Actually, I tell a lie. Look at that, he was hidden by the eaves. This one is 5 meters high. So if we look at these poles doing the support, they're blue. I've raised the ground enough that they are anchored directly into it. And you can see here also that I have got the corner poles in, and then I've just gone along and bumped them out one more, just to give a little bit of detailing to every corner. Very simple to do. If I take these out, I'll show you how. So there's the corner pole. All I've done is line this up as best as I can against it to bump it out that little extra bit, and snapped it all the way up and down. Very easy to do. Very easy to do. I've done a very similar thing here to pop out this little window ledge. I've just held shift so that I can place this wooden beam wherever I wanted to. And bumped it out on that side. Nothing exciting on the chimney, except I've used the 26-degree angled walls here instead of the 45s. I've got a chopping block out the front and some wood. Inside, instead of having the beds up on their little individual podiums, I have done one big raised mezzanine at the back. And put anything you like there. Not another bed, unfortunately. This is too far away from the fire. But you could put more storage or anything you like up here. I've used a regular wooden door as a big shutter for a window. And where I've bumped out these wood beams, I've then connected them just with the 1x1 floor pieces to make a little window ledge. Very much similar in concept to the one we just made together. This is a core wood sitting log. Core wood you find in the Black Forest, but it can also be found in the meadows. If you see little structures like this, you can deconstruct them and you will find core wood. It'll give you a little bit extra comfort, and you can sit in front of your fire. So all in all, this is not much different from the one we made. It's just a little bit more customized. It's pretty cute, I think. I like how open it is. Maybe not ideal for later game, but for early game, I think it does pretty well. Then we have this guy over here. So this one is a little bit more detailed on the roof, and it cheats and flies, so you can see what I've done. It's pretty much the same along the edges, and then all I've done is go along the seam of each roof piece with angled beams and wooden beams to provide this nice sort of hatching effect. I've added a roof cross at the end. You may also notice that I put the fire on the large side at the back, so it backs into the hill here. And I've got a little garden area where I've built a little custom seat here. You can't sit on this one like the sitting logs. You can get up on it and press X on your keyboard, or if you're sitting key down to sit down. Enjoy the raspberries and the bees, our pet piggy. Inside, obviously I've aligned it so that the front door is on the large side. Long side, I've got another custom little sofa here. I've got 3 fireplaces because I felt like I needed that. We've got 2 little bunk nooks. These ones are 4 meters long instead of the 3-meter ones we built. And they've got a chest at the head of each bed, 5 chests underneath. I've got a workbench overlooking the garden. And in this corner, may seem a little cramped, but it is a small house. I've got a ladder going up to the 2nd floor. I've got a little bit of storage, and I have the workbench upgrades up here as well. which does leave them close enough that this is a level 3 workbench. So all in all, very similar. And there's really nothing different except for the upstairs. Can take a little bit of finagling, and it would be easier if I hadn't aligned the house this way. If I had the door on this side, I wasn't as prone to blocking it with the ladder. You can finagle around with that, work out how it fits best for you. Pretty cozy, feels a little bit roomy until you get under the ladder, but yeah, I think that works pretty well. Plenty of space for 2 people. You could even stash a 3rd person on the 3rd floor, maybe if you didn't like them very much or they were short. Could be a good room for Haldor. And then finally, we have my Cosy Cottage. And this has a nice core wood fence all the way around. I've got plants all around. I've got some resources stashed outside. You can see here that I've bumped out some angled wall pieces. Just like this. So same as in the first house that we looked at, where I just bumped out some beams along the window edges. Done that, and then I've snapped other pieces to them to have these little nest nooks and just give it a little bit more dimension. So you can stash a chopping block under there quite well. It just looks really cute, I think. Obviously, there's a lot of detailing on the roof here. Pretty much the same as the last one, except I've added the angled beams one on each side of the central seam. That can take a little bit of work, but I think it looks a little bit busy, but in a cute way, you know? Like an absolutely non-threatening, definitely not a witch's cottage in the woods. And 1 meter beams along the edge, just to bring it out a little bit more. Inside we again have a complete flow through the house. This is my Bronze Age one, so got a little chandelier up the top with some lovely trophies. I've got some friends to talk with me, they're hanging out. Yeah, I know, buddy, it's fun, eh? I've got a lot of storage, so again, like the first house, I've got the little loft mezzanine thing at the back here. And it works out really well. I've got a chest at the head of the bed. I've added round pole fences into these windows. And then just enclose them into little diamondy shapes with the angled walls. I think it looks really cute. Got 2 fermenters. I've got a little picnic table. Got my workbench. And I've got a forge in here. So this takes me all the way through Black Forest. Looks pretty cute. Plenty of room up top. I could do whatever I wanted with that much room. And out the back, I've got a little bridge to my barbecue area. All enclosed by the core wood fence. A nice little fire pit. It's protected from the rain. Still vents just well. Sit down here and have a little midday snack. So I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you've taken away some tips, maybe found some solutions to problems you were having. And again, if you're having still issues, you can ask me questions down in the comments. I'll do my best to help. And until next time, we hope you stay well. Happy building. Ka kite ano.